Officers with the Bay County Sheriff's Office check up on sexual offenders and predators year-round, and Halloween is no exception. With just days until the big holiday, they're patrolling and making sure everyone is where they're supposed to be.
And we're actually going to go by and talk to all the sex offenders in the unincorporated part of Bay County and just let them know that, hey, it's Halloween, you need to keep your lights off, don't hand out any candy. And we do numerous random checks at all times.
Registered sexual offenders and predators have a certain set of rules they must follow.
They cannot live within 1,000 feet of a daycare, a school, and a church. And there's numerous other stipulations depending on their probation. So they have to abide by a lot of different rules, and we hold them to it.
And on Halloween, there are even more rules.
It's common sense to go out there and talk to the sex offenders and have more deputies out working. We want to keep the kids and everybody else as safe as possible on Halloween.
Sergeant Michael Morris with the Bay County Sheriff's Office is just one of many deputies who routinely keeps track of sex offenders. The last thing a parent wants is their child knocking on the wrong door and ending up in trouble, but is there really any danger when it comes to sex offenders on Halloween?
As far as we've been able to tell with a great deal of research, there isn't a single reported or recorded case of a child being abducted or harmed by anyone on the registry in connection with Halloween activities or trick-or-treat. It's just never happened anywhere.
Sandy Rozek represents the National Association for Rational Sexual Offense Laws. She says the hype surrounding sexual offenders on Halloween started back in 2007, but says that there's no research to reflect any added danger, and that the fear comes from the stigma of being labeled a sexual offender.
The general impression is that every single person on the registry is someone who just sits and waits for Halloween to come so they can pounce on as many children. And that is totally untrue.
Rozek says this fear has prompted even more issues. In Georgia, sexual offenders feel like their constitutional rights are being violated after a local sheriff's office placed signs on their lawns warning children not to trick-or-treat at that address. She says in most cases, these people are not a threat.
Their name on the registry is telling someone, I'm a monster. And it's totally untrue. The vast majority of people on the registry who are living in the community have never reoffended.
Danger or not, Sergeant Morris says they will do their duty to make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be on Halloween.
If they're on a sex offender checklist, we're definitely going to check them as much as we're supposed to and make sure they're abiding by the letter of the law.
The general tips this Halloween: keep an eye on your child no matter what. Travel in groups and bring flashlights or reflective gear. While the thought of your child interacting with a sex offender is a concern, officers urge parents to be vigilant of everyone.
So you want to keep an eye on all the people that are out and about. Obviously, don't go up to a house that doesn't have lights on, or don't let your kids go inside of somebody's house. Let them walk up to the front door and get the candy and then come right back to you. But you definitely want to keep a close eye on your kids.
If you're not sure where the sexual predators are in your neighborhood, you could always check on the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's website. In Bay County, Kelly Grossfield, News 13, Panhandle Strong.